Hey guys, thank you for tuning in. I would like to actually go through this evening on how to just make sure that your settings are configured properly for your game, especially if you're going to be playing online multiplayer mode. There's a few things. Like if you're playing keyboard and mouse, make sure your settings are correct. My previous video, I had my key bindings was not correct for the grenade, so I just came to come check them out, make sure everything is fine. Your lethals, your mounting, and your score streaks as well. You can cycle your weaponry, movement, however it is you prefer. Another important part I'd like to touch on. So basically in today's gaming, whenever you have your proper drivers installed and all of that, the game actually pre-configures your settings best based on your GPU's performance. So if we look at this here, I'm running on the display mode is full screen borderless, as you can see there. It's a 1080. I did make mention I'm not using the latest GPU on the market. I'm using about 4 gigabytes of VRAM. Aspect ratio is automatic. It's quite a wide screen. It's an ultra wide. It's a 34-inch ultra wide. VSync off. Many things needs to be off. They don't need to be high quality. Otherwise, you'll get some screen tearing and lag and so forth, in the game, which is quite irritating. Like you'll see here, texture resolution is normal. Texture filtering, you can actually just make that normal. Detail quality, normal. Between normal and low is your standard settings, your configurations. In-game video quality, you don't need it very high. At the end of the day, you remember you are looking to be able to play and get the fastest response time out of your session. So environment, low, mediums. So just my 2 cents on how these settings work. Let's say apply. You can do a benchmark tool. Can only be accessed in multiplayer mode. Run benchmark value setups performance in a simulated multiplayer sequence. You'll be redirected to a private lobby. So we can do that test, no problem. Let me actually just show you another test here that's very important in online gameplay. So your bandwidth is very critical. Some people play on LTE, which is not the best. The latency needs to be very low, good ping. I'm on 100 meg pure fiber line, so it's about giving me more. There's not much people on the network currently. If you just noticed there, it's 9:20 in the evening, so I should be getting a decent game session. Ping is quite low. You see there 15 milliseconds. So yeah, so it's 100 down, 50 up, so that's decent. So I got decent network speed. Let us go through a benchmarking test, right? They said we can only access it in multiplayer, so let's go in here. Let's check what happens if I go to, where's the setting? Okay, so I'm in multiplayer mode, checking out the graphics, benchmark. So it's in the multiplayer setting, right? Graphics, there we go, benchmark, and then you can click to run it. So here we see there's the capacity. They don't want you to overuse too much, so I think I'm quite fine there. So generally speaking, the higher the frame rate, the better. You want to average setup, I mean, like what, 144 hertz. So there you can see my pings, 24 milliseconds, 144. So obviously you can get better frames with newer tech. So let's just check what my setup gives me. So this is just a simulation that I'd like to run. Again, I have not upgraded my machine since 9th gen came out in Intel. So i7 9700, as well as a 8 gig GPU, 1080 extreme gaming. I prefer my gigabyte GPUs. Let's just see. So we're loading the level. Closing software running in the background. Yeah, another thing, you see they recommend closing other additional applications you have running in the background. Update your drivers to the latest version available. Experiment with upscaling, sharpening settings, and adjust your graphics settings to run the benchmark tool again to see if it affects performance. So let's just see what we get. So there we go, it's generated a lobby for us. Cool. Let's see, so this is a raid. Let's just check how it runs. So average frames at 52, 55, 60. CPU. Right, so this is just a standard benchmarking tool. Well, this is not me playing, guys. This is not me playing. So this is just an in-gameplay multiplayer. Cool. So you'll see there at the bottom the average frames per second, GPU server latency, no packet loss, which is excellent. Zone 5, so they're showing how much response there is from all the activities that's happening in the game. And boom. So there's a lot of settings that I changed down to low, just to take that into consideration. So let's see, setup summary, frame rate limit, it's limited to 250. Intel Core i7 8700. I'm running on Windows 11 Pro. I'm running, you look there, I'm behind the driver too, but that is basically because of my GPU. I'm afraid of upgrading my driver to a latest version and there be conflict. It has happened before. But if you have a newer GPU, it is best to have the later update. So here we go, some more results. Global result, average frames per second per zone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as you'll see, as you play a game, each zone takes a little bit more resources, you know. So while you're playing a game, it actually pulls various results. Look, texture, particle resolution. So a lot of these things are adjusted. Let's take one for example, persistent effects VRAM medium. Let's take that one. High impact settings. Oh, adjust the settings to impact settings. Compare to best performance in the zone. So they're also giving you where you can actually make your changes to get optimal performance. So like as in recommendations. So it's quite interesting, it's quite decent, I think it's cool. This is PC gaming, guys. It's not PlayStation, it's not Xbox. So yeah, I think this is one of the reasons why many people want to move to PC gaming, because they find that you can configure more, you can do more. Okay, cool. So I just thought I'd run that with you guys for today. Cheers, gents. Have a good one.